Side quest maxing is probably the best way to spend your time.
This is day 2 of training to eat an entire root of ginger. We've got a much larger piece now. I think the technique is just eating it fast.
While you're watching this time-lapse of me eating ginger, I gotta say, my day was beautiful. It was eventful, it was fun, I was productive. I went to Nuremberg, I got, souvenirs. I watched The Hangover with my host family, because I'm on exchange. And I worked on my animation a lot, actually. So, I'll put it up now, but I've kind of made a couple of keyframes with proper line art. I'm very happy with it at the moment. That instrument, I designed that, and the character as well. Yeah, obviously it's not great. Animation takes time, and I haven't made an animation in so long, but it was fun to work on it. And it was so much more complicated than it looks. About Nuremberg, so I woke up at 9. I called my buddy Misha. We just had a call, just talking about New Zealand because I'm a bit homesick, obviously. And then kind of as soon as we were finished calling, talking about music and instruments and the new school timetable, which apparently sucks, I went down to the this train station, the U-Bahn, and went all the way to Nuremberg. And there I explored around, and I got lots of sweets and snacks, some that are only found in Germany, really, like Spätzle, so that I can bring it home and share it with my friends and family. But also, this. You probably haven't been around for a long time, but in one of my older videos I had this as well. It's a Chinese snack. I had a friend who was an exchange student from China in New Zealand, and for my Chinese class, because I'm learning Mandarin, we had a shared lunch, and he brought these stuff. It's so good. It's so fire. They're like vegetables with this savory, spicy, umami, oily sauce. I love them. They're really spicy, but they're really good. And I went to an Asian supermarket and I found them, and I was like, hey, that's so sick. Tastes like, it feels like you're eating octopus or something, or squid. Got a similar chewy texture. Anyway, I got a whole cupboard of stuff that I'll bring back from Germany. Namely, Spätzle, trolley, some mince, and lots of this stuff. It's like a weird German sherbet thing. It's pretty good. Anyway, after the whole day, I have a lot of stories from out there. I bought onigiri for lunch, just because I walked into an Asian supermarket, a different one from the one where I got this, and I wanted to at least buy something. Because I had a giant bag and I didn't want to look like I was the kind of person to steal. And so I just bought the onigiri, and I was going to eat it, the triangles of rice with the filling and seaweed. But they were frozen solid, so I left one in my pocket to defrost and then just ate this block of ice one. And I just spent the whole day exploring, and there are people performing music on the street. I caught the wrong bus only once this time, and I quickly figured it out, because I was alone. I didn't have any pressure to be right on the first try. It wasn't late. And because I now have more experience and I understand how to use like Google Maps, which is really easy. Oh, it's very simple for transport. When I was back home though, I worked on my animation, as I said. It was fun making the proper line art because I had made like some sketches underneath for getting the movement right. So it was a very complicated process. I first recorded myself with my guitar on my leg, holding it in the way I would hold this made-up instrument that doesn't really exist. I also like designed all the clothes and the character first. I've also made this. I'm making this whole language for them, and then I used that movement as reference, not even tracing. I thought I could just trace my body for the movement, but I had to build my character with its proportions, sitting cross-legged, and then using my movement as a reference to make it move in that way. And so I made a sketch of it moving it in the way, and now I have turned that sketch into the proper line art keyframes, and then I'll have to turn the line art keyframes into a proper fluid animation, and that's only for one very small section of the intended big thing. So this is taking a lot longer than I was hoping for. Anyway, this evening was great. I had some really nice food. It was like a very oily, it was almost like fried rice, but with noodles. It was fried noodles, with all sorts of different vegetables and junk. It was very oily though. And then we all sat down and started watching The Hangover. It's a great movie. I've gotten drunk with my friends before. I'm not going to say I haven't. Obviously, The Hangover is an exaggeration, but it's still like, oh, nostalgic almost. Especially, I watched the movie with all my buddies one time, and I do miss them a lot in NZ. I can't wait to go back there. About a third of the way through, we stopped, and then we all had drinks. We had American soda, stuff you don't find in New Zealand or Germany, really. Root beer. We tried Dr. Pepper cherry flavor. Both of them tasted like so odd, so artificial, but it was really funny trying not to gag. It was almost as bad as eating the root of ginger. I had a root beer float. Root beer tastes like mouthwash. It's really odd. No offense to anybody who enjoys it. Like whatever you want to like. I want to try whatever I can too, and enjoy everything. But the movie was great. We watched the whole thing. It's a funny movie. It's a good comedy. And now I'm here in my room making this video before I go to bed. It's weekend in the morning again, but I won't do anything as eventful. I'll probably play Terraria. I will probably work on my animation, some Chinese, finish my history slides about New Zealand, and then that'll be it. Almost forgot. Hello, fellows. 21 days until I hop on the plane, and 23 until I'm back in New Zealand. This title, I never really talked about it, but I want to start doing a new side quest at least every week. I mean, dumb stuff, interesting stuff that'll make memories. I want to cut my hair, shave it all off, and give myself the Aang arrow or something. I want to walk for an entire day and see how far I can get. I want to interact with random people, and I'm going to do that stuff. When I'm back in New Zealand, I will be an eventful person. I think that's a good way to live. Okay, bye.